Hey folks, how are you? Sports Degenerate here with your Fantasy Sports Weather Report, talking Week 9 in the National Football League. But first, what's up with the Commish? Roger Goodell, what are you thinking? Look, we all get it. You're the man. You're the emperor. But you got to lighten up a little bit. I don't know, try some decaf? He is handing out fines like it's Monopoly money. He just dropped another $20,000 bomb on James Harrison. Look, arbitrarily assigning fines to players just doesn't work with the fans. If you make the rules up as you go along, it just doesn't sit well in the United States of America. On behalf of an entire NFL nation, please check yourself before you wreck yourself. All right, this week's fantasy stud, Matt Forte with the Chicago Bears. He's their running back. He is north of the border in one of those international matchups playing the Buffalo Bills at the Toronto Sky Dome, now known as the Rogers Center. Let's face it, when Forte plays bad or mediocre teams, he can really light it up on the fantasy point board. In Week 1, he scored 30 points against, who was it? The Detroit Lions. And in Week 5, he ripped off 30 points against the Carolina Panthers. I'm not saying he's going to have 30 points this week, but he's a fantasy stud playing in the dome where he likes to play. Make sure you start that guy with confidence. Now, if you're looking for a plug-in because of a bye week problem this week, when your tight end position, Brandon Pettigrew is not the way to go. He's this week's fantasy dud. Pettigrew only had 2 catches for 8 yards last week against the Redskins defense, even though one was for a touchdown. I would not look for him to get a touchdown this week. As a matter of fact, I would make sure he's not in your starting lineup unless you are completely desperate for a tight end. All right, now I want you to call me Captain Obvious because I'm going to talk about a guy named Andre Johnson. He's the wide receiver for the Houston Texans, and yes, he is the man. He is averaging 113 yards per game during his last 3 contests, and he's home this week to face the San Diego Chargers. What a great matchup for him. The Chargers got blitzed last week for more than 110 yards and a touchdown against Nate Washington. Andre the Giant will be running the field, having a wild and crazy fantasy day. Thanks for joining us, and join us next time because you never know when I may actually change my name from the Sports Degenerate to Captain Obvious.